Oh, la. Oh, sorry. I thought I had something in my nose.
Not in your nose. Your nose too big for that. Oh, I mean, in the best godly way possible. You have a very beautiful Afrocentric nose.
Hey.
Hey, how y'all be? How y'all be? How y'all be? How y'all be? And we back like we never left. And we back like we never left.
That'll be the title. I think that should be the title.
Should definitely be the title.
I think we should have that. And we back like we never left. You gotta put the.
Okay. See, I was doing a 2025 remix. See, like we back, like we never left, and we back. Like we never left.
No, I like the regular one.
The audience doesn't like that one. Okay, cool.
No, it's too many erratic movements. I'm sorry.
Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. We back like we never left. We back like we never left. That's right.
Can you hear this?
When you do that, yeah.
Sorry.
But I can't
It's
hear
cold.
that. It is cold, girl. Look, I got my little blankie.
You so old.
And argue with your mama.
Argue with your mama. Okay.
Period.
So yeah, we back, y'all. Yes, y'all.
Yes, y'all. And it don't stop to the beat, y'all. If it don't stop, everybody gonna rock. Black folks don't never know the rest.
Nope.
Speaking of black folks, happy Black History Month.
Throw all the black fists up. I had.
Shout out to look. Shout out to Dark Man X and Martin Luther King. Oh, you can't
Dark
see over
Man
there.
X.
That's Amanda Gorman over there, huh?
You said Dark Man X?
Yes, if you're a real DMX fan, you know that's what the D and M stands for, Dark Man X.
Oh, yeah, you taught me something because I sure didn't know that's what Dark Man.
And the X stands for Xavier, because that was his name.
I knew that part. But I was just like, maybe it's just Dark Man X. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not the only one that didn't know that. I know I'm not the only one that didn't know that. Don't like the kids say, don't care. If y'all didn't know, y'all speak up. Don't leave me out.
I don't think you are. I just think it's because I'm a fan of his that. Well, I would know these things. You know, back when you had to read the CD covers.
Baby, look, I stayed, listened to the music, and just kicked up.
Ooh. So
I used to look at the pictures.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I used to look at the pictures.
Baby, the photo shoots used to go so hard, and then you learn the discographies and all that, and the choreographies and the writers. You know, that's telling.
Kids don't care about nothing about that now. Everything's on TikTok.
Okay, TikTok taught me, but well, I remember when I had to read. You had to have a works citus page for a CD. If you don't know what a CD is, I don't think we can have much conversation other than, baby, I love you and God bless you, may He keep you.
Yeah, God bless you. Okay, so we're not gonna be on here super duper long. We always say that and always go over like about twice as much. I don't know, but we know we've been gone for a minute.
Now we back with the jump off.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I could never say that without throwing that extra line on there. But yes, we've been gone for a minute. Life has been lifing. God has been good.
All the time.
And gracious. Life has been lifing and God has been good and gracious.
That part. Well, I like that. It's an easy flow into Grace and Giggles. Oh, my God.
It wasn't even in the mic. It was... I'm sorry, y'all. It's 30-something kicking my tail. Indigestion. I don't care what I eat.
Upset stuffy.
Diarrhea. Hey, Pepto-Bismol. Girl, I mean, I guess it doesn't help out that I just finished lunch, so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, anyway.
As they say.
Yeah, that could cause some damage. Um, but we wanted to catch y'all up just real quick on the lives of ours in a way. We miss you guys. We miss getting on a mic and talking about Jesus. And his grace and mercy. Is that me moving? Yeah. And his grace and mercy. Um, but yeah, we back here. We back every Tuesday and Thursday on all of the platforms, Apple for audio, YouTube podcast. Y'all know, some of y'all know that they got a podcast platform. So we on there too. iHeart, Amazon. I'm sure there's something else in there that I missed. Spotify, that's the one. That's the one. Spotify. And then of course the visuals over on good old YouTube. So y'all can and our Facebook page. Y'all can always check us out there as well.
And on the gram.
Oh yeah, that too. Instagram.
We know all the things, baby.
We're everywhere.
We everywhere you want to be. I've always wanted to do that. Thanks.
So what we talking about? Or what have you been up to?
That was a beautiful introduction, madam. Let's see, what have I been up to? Well, as she said, life has been lifing. I would have to say, let me see, put it in a nutshell. Gratefulness. That's what I've been up to. Being so grateful for God maneuvering me through a lot of uncertain seasons. And also grateful for the fact that he brought me through to a Christmas, a New Year, and a 37th birthday, baby.
It's the same for both of us since the last time we recorded.
Yes, because hers is December, I'm in January, so we are grateful. Baby, God gave us another year. And a lot of the lessons that he has taught me through the pruning and extraction.
Yay.
You know, it's a lot of self-awareness too. Like,
yeah. It's a it's just funny to kind of sit back and just kind of be observant. Is that a word? Observant?
That is. Hold on, let me get my
It's just it's cool to kind of sit back and observe different things. And it's also very funny. I feel like Didi was saying, like she's been in a season of, I hate that term, but in a season of
sorry, real quick.
What?
It is indeed a word. Observant means quick to notice things. You are smart.
Sometimes on accident. Yes. But it's just funny to kind of, and I feel like we've discussed this before about how we've kind of switched roles and just being on the outside, like me being here and Didi being there. It's like, okay, I've seen Didi in a light where she has seen me before, and it's like we both kind of support each other or have been supporting each other in the same way, just on different sides, if that makes sense. So whether it be like battling like anxiety, unknowingness, depression, anything like that, it's kind of like, okay, girl, woo woo woo, we got it, woo woo woo. So I feel like we've kind of been there to kind of support each other on that, and of course with God's goodness, it's been a trying. We won't get into details, super duper details, but it's been a trying past couple months. Between mostly just like, for me, mostly like family stuff. And I'm just like, all right, Lord, I need help. Okay.
Help is on the way.
Either help or just the strength to make it through whatever this trial is that you got me going through. But I think that it speaks a lot to, I forgot, I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about family,
right?
And him and I said help is on the way, and then you said it speaks a lot to what he was teaching you. Bring it back to her memory, Holy Spirit. Bring it back.
I don't remember what I was about to say, but I think that that is a what we've been talking about lately is or at least what's been in my ear lately is transformation.
Yeah.
And that's been like crazy. That's probably like the last thing on our docket, but we have so many other things above that. But the transformation is the first thing that's like coming to my front of my
Memory.
mind. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
But the transformation is like, and I feel like it's something crazy that's about to happen. I don't know what it is, but
It's happening already.
yeah, something. Uh, it's something that we have no idea of what's the word, to what capacity, I don't know, to what level he's about to take it. Like, because I feel like there's so much like that's happening, like so much pressure, so much just like that between a rock and a hard place type thing.
Yeah.
And I thought about I thought about what's that man's name? Saul.
Ooh, before he became Paul.
Right. And it was basically, I
Girl,
mean, long
ooh,
story what?
tap in. That's funny because I read Galatians yesterday, so this is
Oh,
okay.
see? Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. The whole thing with girl, my nails done. Sorry. The whole thing with how Saul was named Paul, and God was like, "Yo, I need you to go ahead and handle this." And he sent him out to do his will and his mission and everything. And what about trying to hit Paul? He was going through all this crap, all this BS with all these folks that weren't trying to hit him. And so he was just going through all of this stuff. And it was like, all right, bro, big God, I ain't sign up for this. I need you to go ahead and take this thorn out my side. But God was like, nah,
My
I ain't
grace
gonna do
is
that.
sufficient.
And my grace is sufficient. Girl, shout out, look, sidebar. Shout out to Pastor Siobhan Smith. That lady. I'm sorry, that's a whole other conversation. But
Yeah, we got to get
she
into
kind
that.
of she kind of hit the nail on the head, like as far as like kind of put the cherry on top with, because I just heard her speak maybe a couple nights ago, and she just kind of brought everything full circle. So that story is in the forefront of my mind. And it's like, well, you can't. God is not going to make life easier for you. He'll give you grace. You can keep on going until you feel like you can't go no more. Then be like, all right, I got you now. It's like, what? I've been crying this whole time. You that just now coming? It's like,
Right.
yeah, I got you. I relax. I got it. You can't tell me how to do my job, G. Like, you can't do that.
You'll be all right.
So yeah, you be all right. So I feel like it's kind of and I don't remember the what happened at the end with Paul, but I mean, I'm sure because of the grace he made it through and he received his reward. I don't remember the entirety of the end, so I apologize.
Yeah.
We are not theologians. We are not theologians. We are not biblical scholars. I'm learning this thing just like y'all learning this thing. So get off my back, okay?
Listen, we are learning in real time, but the progression will be there. I was looking
Yeah.
because it was something about grace that I just read in Galatians, but keep going.
But I'm saying all of that to say, because that's something I've had to deal with it before in the past, and I feel, if you don't mind me saying, I feel
No,
like
go
Dee
for
Dee,
it.
that's kind of where Dee Dee is right now. And
Child, you
it's,
could tell the people. You could let them know.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
feel like that is something that is like, okay, I don't know what's going on, because got this pot burning, these niggas behind me is back here yelling at me. Look, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. And so it's like, and then God just sitting there like, okay,
You'll
no, I'm
never
good. I'm sitting, but
find.
I'm sitting in the background for the moment. But I feel like I said all of that to say every type of transformation has to do with every transformation has to do with some type of trial and tribulation
Oh yeah.
where it's like you have to cook. You let them cook.
Let them cook.
Let them cook.
That's funny.
Like,
It's like the ongoing thing because we talked about that last year as well, and it's the
I
same.
did.
It's the same. It's like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. That pressure is like, it's like, okay, Lord, I can't do this. It is just, it's something. Grace, His grace is sufficient. My grace is sufficient. That's just like, if that don't make you shout right there, like that don't even got to be a sermon. Like, like
Wait a
His
minute.
grace is sufficient. Like I don't know. I'm sure Didi gonna pull up this.
Because I'm looking. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm listening. But I'm
No, you're
like,
fine.
oh, okay. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to read Galatians 6. What's this? We're going to say 14 and 15.
Okay.
And this is the New Living Translation. Because I know sometimes the thous and the ye's of
You
King
tripping me up,
James,
baby. That's I will
but then
mumble my way through.
I'll find myself going back and forth because sometimes I'm like, nah, I need the King James because I know the King James.
Yeah, you can
Then I'll
cross
be like,
reference, absolutely. But
yeah. And then there's
begat
King
in my
James where I'm
tail.
like, huh?
I said them begats be kicking my tail. I'm just like,
Okay. Oh yeah, the begat. Oh, child. But then I'll
who
read
begat
King
what with
James,
what?
and then I'll say, all right, hold on, Lord, can you break that down? Let me break it down for you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Shout out to the Martin lovers in the world. Okay, so it's Galatians 6, 14, and 15. As for me, may I never boast about anything except the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ. This is Paul talking. Because of that cross, my interest in this world has been crucified, and the world's interest in me has also died. And 15, it doesn't matter whether we have been circumcised or not. What counts is whether we have been transformed into a new creation. And I'll read 16 as well. May God's peace and mercy be upon all who live by this principle. They are the new people of God. Okay, 17 too, real quick. From now on, don't let anyone trouble me with these things, for I bear on my body the scars that show I belong to Jesus.
No, go ahead. Let's get into it.
Okay, I'm gonna make mine quick because Lisa and I talked about how I be in space somewhere in my conversation. She'd be like, "Baby, bring the hot air balloon down.
Let some of that out.
Let some of the air out. Land it somewhere." Okay, so but that says to me, I feel like it summarizes biblically what she was just talking about. First of all, there has to be an awareness, an understanding that because like when you talk about circumcision, it's like, okay, trying to live under the law or trying to be clean or trying to live trying to be the greatest you can be in your own strength without allowing the Lord to do his work. Because if we could be perfect without Jesus, why would we need him to die on the cross for our sins? And so it's understanding that you have to be aware that you need his grace. And anytime you try to do anything outside of that, you're taking yourself away from his grace. His grace is to cover you as you go through this journey. And yesterday when I was reading Galatians, I said, okay, Lord, something that came to me, I feel like the Lord just kind of threw that into me, was you can live a little, but don't sin a little.
Explain that.
Got you. So meaning you don't have to carry this barrier of I have to be this super perfect being. If I don't get it right, I'm going to hell. No. You can live. You can go interact with people, build community. You can make a mistake. You can learn. You can grow. You can try something that doesn't work. Let's move over here. You don't have. You can laugh. You can be silly. You can allow yourself to not just be in super work mode. And yes, you want to work to get to heaven, but know that my grace is sufficient, and this is what I'm here for. So I'm walking with you. So if you make a misstep, that's okay. I'm here with you. but that does not give you permission to go be like, well, I want to live a little, so let me go do all the things that I know is outside of God, and not even just being drunk or sexual immortality. It's let me go gossip a little. All the things he told me to turn away from. If I do a little bit of it, I'm okay. You can live a little without having the weight of feeling like you got to be perfect, because there's no
Yeah.
perfect being. But you cannot allow yourself to, even when you're trying to help others out of sinful ways, you have to be careful to not fall into sin yourself while trying to help them, because even a little bit of sin is too much.
Yeah. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. So like that was like kind of like the point that I was getting when I read everything, like when I read the whole book. But going back to what you were saying, I feel like Galatians 6:14-17 actually clicks, because it talks about the transformation process, being aware, allowing yourself to understand how you need the Lord, serving the Lord, surrendering to Him, becoming a new creature, and understanding that no one can really check you on your journey with the Lord, because you got the scars from the battle of the pruning and the extraction of who you were versus who you are becoming in God. And it's like, so that you can understand, it's like you can look back and say, wow, look at who I was versus how I think now, how I talk now. I am becoming a new creation. So yeah, it's I just thought it summarized the transformation, and that's like what's happening, where God is like, yep, let me keep working on it. And even the journey from Saul becoming Paul, and then Paul having to go to the very Christians that he used to crucify and murder, and ask them to trust him, and them being able to see God's light on him, and then trying to bring other people, and bringing his brother Titus, and then bringing, or his friend Titus, and then trying to get the Gentiles. It's like all of these things where all of that transformation happened because Saul understood, wait a minute, I thought I knew who I was, but the whole time God planned on using me. So I'm a surrender now.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said something, I didn't want to interrupt. It's it's funny because it's like you have to kind of block out. I feel like that's not, I won't say a testament, but kind of like an example of what you need to do as far as on your Christian journey. If God picks you, then you're a new creature. He gives you a new name. So
I'm not, ooh, that's good.
and it don't matter what them over there is talking. Because I'm sure, because in my head, like folks in the Bible was just like ghetto.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
so
it's
it's
saying
like,
how they was like, we not even trying to let Buddy in, because first of all, it seemed like he's trying to backdoor us. Like,
right, what weekend? Like, who folks think who think he is?
right.
Like, you was just over here talking on that rah. Now you want to be a part of us?
Yeah,
Nah, bro, nah. Who sent you? Whose man's is this? Whose man's is this? Like,
what's to you?
what's to you, Joe? Like, what's to you?
If you don't, that's our Chicago lingo. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the South Side coming out. Sorry. But it's like that's a testament in my head. That's a testament to, or an example of you coming out from among whatever sin that you've done, but still being in. Okay, follow me. Still being being in touch enough to reach out to that person that you may know or that you may have seen and be like, yo, like, just not even, I mean, you can preach the gospel all you want, but don't be a Bible thumper. Like, your
Yeah,
actions are going to show what you are trying to the message you're trying to get across.
absolutely.
I think that, but you also, that's what my original point was. You cannot let what these naysayers say affects you. So you can't tell this person over here, this Flo over here, you can't let her say, "Oh well, girl, who you was? Oh, now you saved. Now you went to church a couple times. Then you went into some water. Now you all holier than that." No, but I am a child of God. Like, come on over here. The water is fine over here, and you get a lot of that. You get a lot of that, and it's like there's a lot of people, as far as I feel like, as far as like Christians or new Christians, baby Christians, whatever you want to call it, that end up in, like, they're brand new to it, and I feel like I don't know nobody's statistics, but I feel like that's a lot of what may be going on as far as new Christians. Like, oh well, that's cute. What you're doing is really cute, but I mean, like the bullying thing, like the bullying
Yeah,
thing.
not allowing them to have a journey.
Yeah, not
Like,
allowing them how to have a journey, because it's a journey. Understand, like, just because you come up. Let me rephrase. Okay, so you come up out the your baptism, the water.
yeah.
You've been cleansed. Your soul has been cleansed. Baby, that flesh is still fleshing. It's not gonna happen overnight. You
And
still
and
probably
that
go out and cut somebody out.
and that's
But
gonna happen whether you've been in the Lord, knowing of the Lord, baby. It don't,
yeah.
because the flesh ain't going to heaven. I remember
Mhm.
my bishop at church said that too as well. The flesh ain't going to heaven, so it don't care about dragging you down.
Don't
The
care.
spirit, and it talks about that in Galatians as well. But the spirit,
Mhm.
it's ascending. So there's that
Yeah.
constant battle. So yeah, it's like you have to give them space. Like they just learned today, and
Mhm.
also you're still learning. Like, and
Yeah.
I think that's why I feel like no one can really have the right to be a Bible thumper, and even bishops and pastors, and they'll all tell you, "Hello, we all up in sin." Like, please
Yeah.
don't put me on a pedestal and think that I'm also not struggling. We all struggling.
Baby. So
So,
let's
don't.
rephrase that. Because some of them be out here.
Okay, but let me say it like this.
Some of them be out here.
That's true. Well, I guess what I mean is, well, actually, no, that's a perfect example. Right. Some of them are not necessarily moving the way that they should in the Lord, knowing that they're responsible for leading the flock, which means, but also it's like, that's what happens to society when we put celebrities and pastors or whoever on a pedestal. Stop. They also are,
Idolatry.
right. Exactly. They're gonna fall too. And yes, they have to answer to that as they cross the bear. But stop putting people on the pedestal, because like, I love how the bishop at my church always said, now if somebody takes your life and if we just put it on a projector, we just watch it from the beginning till now, you're gonna be okay with everything that we gonna see? I didn't think so.
You can't throw no rock and hide your hands, buddy. They muddy, Joe.
Okay.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah, and it's okay to
Yeah.
check yourself, because I realized I've, like, not necessarily done it directly, but like I might have had thoughts. So I'm like, well, no, you shouldn't be moving like that. And I said, well, hold on, baby, hold on, because you just tapped into actually walking into for real, like you've been saved and you've known the Lord all your life, but you just
Yeah.
recently really started trying to do this thing for real. So be easy, mama.
Right.
Don't be too quick.
Relax.
Relax.
You're new here.
Yeah. And exactly. And even if you've been here, you got new levels of
Yeah.
struggle. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it talks about that in Galatians 2 as well, just real quick too.
that's such a good story.
Galatians 6, just read the whole chapter. But it talks about
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this little part real quick. The fruits of the spirit. Also you can find like that in different books too, because the fruits of the spirit is always emphasized. But Galatians 5, I'm sorry, it's actually Galatians 5. Galatians 5 22 says, but the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these things. And if you can learn how to open yourself up to those fruits, the judgment leaves, the compassion comes in. Like, you naturally become more like Christ.
Yeah. I got a temper. Okay. So we working on it. It's a work in progress. But because we don't want to keep this episode too long, because I'm sure this is something we can go several episodes on. But I think that the takeaway today is
yes,
don't. It's okay. It's okay to fall. What's the verse? Something about somebody fell over 100 times, 7 times. What happened? 77 times 7.
That's
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
That's forgiveness, man. That you forgive
what?
people 70 times 7.
Oh, okay. I know it's one of them. Somewhere in the Bible it says something about if you fall, get up. Because Donnie McClurkin had a song about it. Get back up,
you fall down.
Yes. I don't remember what verse it was from or what book it was, but it's the whole idea is to keep on going regardless of what these people are talking about.
Yeah.
If God can meet Saul, and Saul was trash. Saul was hot garbage water.
Maybe
but he was able to be utilized in the best way possible by God.
Yeah.
And he stuck with it. He stuck with it
and
all the way through.
Sorry. And also he stuck with it knowing that there was still going to have to be a price for a consequence for what he did do. Like, even though the Lord chose him, he was still going to have to agree to die for the Lord, for his love for the Lord. And he said, I'll take that. Okay. Because it's an honor.
That's right, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Paul. Yeah. First, he was, he died. I mean, I don't think nobody in the Bible.
You know what I mean? I didn't know that was the
yeah, he basically, he was in prison, and that's when he was like,
right.
And that's when he talked about, like, everybody's favorite thing when it says, when he talks about how he can be, he knows how to be content with nothing or everything. Mm-hmm. And he was in jail when he said that. But yeah, he knew he was going to be murdered. He was going to be murdered and become a martyr, because basically he was being murdered because he was teaching the people to love Christ. And he said, well, then that's the price I'm willing to pay. But he was promised that he would ascend. So he's like, okay.
That's wild. I don't want to say another version of Jesus Christ story.
Yeah, but kind of, because it's like, I'm understanding that I understand
it's the price.
Right. I understand this is the price. Anyway. And
that's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a whole epiphany. I'm sorry. Okay. My bad. Go ahead.
And then, and it's like, wow, Lord, not. And that's why I'm like, when we say baby Christians, I'm like, we all are. Because how many of us are willing to really be like, fine, I'll go through the fire. I'm fine with that.
Sometimes you ain't got no choice. You understand?
Right. Sometimes you ain't got no choice. I mean, because but it's like, but to still say that, because he's like, if that's the only price I got to pay, small price. Because he was so looking forward to getting to heaven. He like, Lord, I really wish you would just come get me. But since I know you have me here to get more people to awaken to who you are, to show them that you love them, I'll be here to do my work. But I'm looking forward to going to be with you. And if that means I have to be murdered here, it's fine, because I get to be there.
See, that's the transformation. He went through all that crap, all that fire, all that pressure, all that rock and hard place, just to get the next level, which was okay. We can end.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to cut you off at all. I was just like,
we can end. That's it. Look, man, look. What?
Yeah, that's the takeaway. Is the sacrifice is worth it. It was worth it to Jesus when he died on the cross for you, and his grace is sufficient for whatever sacrifices you may make in life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we'll put a period on that. I think we're gonna come back around with something else, because now I got to read this whole story. Because
speaking of, y'all let us know in the comments. y'all want some Bible stories? Y'all want us to
Ooh.
interpret some Bible stories?
Baby, because like I
That'll help us
said, everywhere
win.
in the
Yeah.
Bible was the hood to me. In my head, everywhere.
Who? I think what's his name? I forgot his name on Instagram. I love it. So it may not be for everybody, but he'd be like, "Hey, look, the Bible is like a bunch of hood stories. If you break it down, depending on how you read it, and it's like you
Look,
be like, what? But it's nothing new under the sun. That's why we can see it that way, because what happened then is still what's happening now, and that's
time
why
to repeat itself.
exactly, and that's why his word is always solid, because it withstands any generation. With that being stated,
oh yeah, my part. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Because apparently, I'm gonna say apparently, but we ain't really pushed it because I didn't really see it. But Spotify, you can comment on there too. Of course, y'all know YouTube. Comment under there. If y'all have any suggestions or questions, maybe that's something we'll be open up to. Like, hey, why don't we answer certain questions or read certain letters or whatever? I know we are long ways off from that, but that is a thing that we'd be willing to do. Even if it's just because the thing with me and Didi is we could take this much of a subject and run with it. Because it just be questions on questions on questions. But I said all that to say, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment on any of our social medias, on all the things. We love hearing from y'all. We love talking to y'all. We love touching y'all. Because like we always say, we are trying to build a community and not just a brand, or we just doing this for the heck of it. Like we legitimately want to bring this together. Like, understand, everybody on the internet are not prophets. Everybody on the internet don't know what they're talking about. The devil knows scriptures too. We just showing y'all like, hey, we don't know what's going on all the time, but we're learning just like y'all are learning. So y'all come on in the room and we're gonna learn together.
That part. Also, real quick, I just want to add this little tidbit in here too. We did a live yesterday, so like look out for that as well.
Not yesterday, technically. Well, yesterday of when we're recording.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Let me get the time together. We did a live recently. Okay.
Yes.
And we want to like make sure that you guys know when we go live again. And then Alicia and I would talk about even trying to maybe post that on YouTube as well, or like, you know, just so you can be a part of that conversation too. So
yeah, so it was a good time with us.
We love you guys real so much. So
real big, like Cat in the Hat say.
Right, like my sister Cat in the Hat always says, I love you real big.
Real big. And we'll catch y'all. You got any other words before I cut?
Just that we love you and God bless your ministry this week.
Amen. See y'all next week. Peace.